Anyway, major mistake for me, because let me tell you, my face was like worse than it ever was once I started using that. Oh, like I could cry. Like, it was just awful.
'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heart.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Cayla, aka K-Bay Fit. That's my fitness name. So welcome. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I cleared and keep my adult acne under control. So if you're interested in learning about how I manage my acne, and if you're looking to manage your own and looking for a new avenue, if you've tried everything and you aren't having any luck, then please stay tuned and listen along, and I'll give you some tips that I've used for myself, as well as which regimen I use to control my adult acne. And make sure to subscribe at the end of this video. So myself, I've been dealing with acne probably since I've been like, I want to say 13 years old. So it's been a long journey. Everybody's different. Some people never experience acne at all, or very little of it, maybe just like around their period they get the odd few pimples. I am one of the unlucky ones that it's just been like an ongoing struggle. And the thing is that if you have acne, you just have acne. It's all in how you control it. I got it, as I said, when I was 13 years old, and it really sucks when you're going through like puberty, and you know what I mean, you're going into like middle school and high school, and people are awful. And I mean, your skin, like especially as a girl, it's just like, it's the first thing people see aside from your like smile. Your skin is something, your face is something that people see, and like if you have pimples all over your face, it's like that's all people can look at when they talk to you. So it's a very like, it really hurts your self-confidence when you're trying to live with and deal with acne. So I think I was like 14 years old when I was first put on birth control. So my family doctor at the time put me on a birth control pill called Diana 28, I believe was the name of it. And it was like a birth control pill that was really geared towards targeting people with acne. So it kind of kick-started things to help. I tried many different skincare regimens as well. So I did like the Clean and Clear, all of like the pharmacy brand options, and like none of it really worked. For a little while I used that Murad, whatever it's called. That didn't really do anything either. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was like from one of those like As Seen on TV stores, which probably should have known better, but tried whatever brand it was there, that didn't work. And then finally went to Proactive, which Proactive, either like people love it or they like hate it, and it gets a really bad rap, but it literally saved me at the time. So once I started Proactive, it like immediately I started seeing results immediately. The downside of Proactive was the fact that it was like so drying of your skin. Like your skin was just so dried out when you used it, but like it dried it out basically to just like kill off any of like the pimples that were forming. So it just dehydrated your skin, but it like kept them clear of acne, which was what I wanted. And I just kind of, I guess because I used it for so long, I just accepted it, and I just figured, well, you know what I mean? It keeps my acne away, and this is as good as it gets. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm acne free, I'm happy and more confident, so that's the main thing. Anyway, so then it was probably like my early 20s, like 23 around I was, and that was a time when Herbine was like kind of really taking off, new to the scene, or new to me anyway. And a friend of mine was basically, obviously, trying to encourage me to try the products, which I'm not saying that they're bad products at all. Again, everybody's skin is different, and what everybody needs is different. So I decided, okay, you know what? I'm like 23, like maybe I'm good now. Like I haven't had acne in a really long time, but obviously because I was, you know what I mean, faithful with my Proactiv, it kept things clear for me. But in my head I was thinking, well, I'm 23 years old, like it's probably long gone. It was just like something I dealt with in my teens. And so I decided to try their anti-aging line. It was called like RA9, I think. Anyway, major mistake for me, because let me tell you, my face was like worse than it ever was once I started using that. Oh, like I could cry. Like it was just awful. And I had those like deep rooted like cystic pimples under the skin that it was like brutal, like all over my face. And it was just, oh, it was agonizing. And she was just like, oh, just stick with it, it'll get better, it'll get better. But like really, the fact of the matter was that it didn't target acne, and I needed something that controls acne. And as I did more research and, you know what I mean, read more, like acne is something that you can live with for a really, really long time, like most of your life. Like you don't, it's not something that you just have in your teens. You can also have like adult acne. So, just to say, I decided to stop the RE9. I didn't know what else to do, so I went back to Proactiv. Came through for me again, cleared everything up, but my skin was dried out. So I used that for quite a while, and then came along the new Rodan & Fields line, which I'll start by saying, like, this video is not like in any way benefiting me from them. Like this is literally my own review, my own opinion of the products. Like I'm not getting anything for doing this video. I just literally want to share with someone who maybe, you know what I mean, looking for kind of an answer as to how to help themselves with their acne. So yeah, so their line, they have like, I think it's like 4 different types of skincare lines. So there's one for acne, one for like sun damage, their anti-aging line, and then like a soothe line, so like people that have like really sensitive skin. Anyway, so when I told my mom I was thinking about like trying the acne line, she was just like, Cayla, are you really sure you want to do that? Like, you know what you went through and how like traumatizing that was when you switched off Proactiv before. And the only reason I decided to go ahead and try it was because the makers of Blemish, which is the Rodan & Fields acne line, they're the same doctors who created Proactiv. So I had like full faith in them that, you know what, they created Proactiv and it served me well. And now this is basically Proactiv, but for adults, like young adults. So I'm gonna go for it and I'm gonna try it. Worst case scenario, I go back on Proactiv like I did and carry on. Anyway, needless to say, like, I'm really happy that I switched because it's way less drying of the skin. I think they really took all of the complaints that they got from Proactiv and really like reformulated everything for the Unblemished line. So I actually just got another shipment in today. So I think it's like works out to like 3 times a year that I will get it in the mail. So you can only order it online. So I'll get it in the mail like roughly 3 times a year, and I can control, like if I don't need it right away, I can push it out, or I can send it sooner if I feel like I'm running out of products quicker. So to me, like 3 times a year for the cost, it really isn't that bad, because again, like your skin is the foundation. That's how I look at things. Like you want to take care of the foundation. It's like the foundation of a house. Like you want to make sure that that's solid. So before like makeup or anything else, you want to make sure that you're making time to take care and treat your skin how it should be treated and keep it, you know what I mean, clear. And wearing makeup and you're just like kind of like hiding the problems. You want to like start at the source, which is your skin, and like make sure you're using something that's gonna, you know what I mean, take care of it how it should be taken care of. So yeah, to me, it's money well spent, and I can walk around without makeup on and feel confident, and that's really important for me to feel comfortable in my own skin. So anyway, so this is what it looks like in the little box it comes in. It's super cute, and it's purple, which is my favorite color. Like, thank you, Rodan & Fields. Like, so personal. So it's like a 4-step system, which for me is like a treat. Like I look forward to, I use it morning and night, and I like love washing my face because it just feels good and you know that you're taking care of yourself. And yeah, so it's so funny because like when I go to wash my face, like my boyfriend's always like, all right, see you in 20 minutes, because I'm literally in the bathroom for like 20 minutes doing the whole thing, but it's worth it. So you get, first step is the refining acne wash. So that's it there. So I think they've also, which another thing I love about them is that all the time they're doing research and making their products better. So they're like serving their customers better all the time. And they're 2 certified like dermatologists. I mean, they know what they're talking about and they know what they're doing. So I have full faith in them and their knowledge. So this is the first step. So you would wash your, like throw warm water on your face, put like a dime size of this in your hand, and circular motions, like I usually try to do it like close to a minute, and then rinse. So that's the first step. After that, you go in with your toner. So your clarifying toner. So with this, you just use like one of those little cotton pads. Again, you just put a little bit on there. And I really focus on my T-zone area. So like your forehead, nose, your chin, because that's like a lot of time where you got like your breakouts, or for me anyway. And then I just kind of like spread it, sorry, my battery's dying. And then I just kind of spread it around the rest of my face. And then they say like try to let this dry before you go on to the next step. So sometimes what I'll do is just kind of like this, you know, let's rock and roll, gotta carry on, right? So that's that. And then this is the third step. So it's the dual intensive acne treatment. So this one's really cool because it comes, it's like 2 chambers of like lotion that comes up through it. So you usually gotta like tap it on your hand or like on the counter, and then you push, like it's 2 buttons and you push it down and it comes out together, and then you kind of mix it in your hands. So again, I focus like T-zone area and then kind of just spread it around the rest of my face. Again, let it dry. And then lastly, which they think of everything. So in the last step, this one is the best change. So this is my first one that I've gotten since they made the change. And before this step, I wasn't really a huge fan of because it literally, so it's basically sunscreen. So first off, it was SPF 20 before, and then they bumped it up to SPF 30, which is even better because your face, you really want to make sure you're protecting that in the sun, because your face is one of the first places that can show signs of aging. So by having this built into your routine every morning, you obviously wouldn't put it on at night, but every morning, as this being your last step, you know that you have your SPF on for the day and that your face is protected from the sun and from any like aging. So in saying that, before it was literally like a sunscreen. Like it came out white and like it almost like left like a white tinge to your skin, which sucked. But I was like, it's fine, you know, because I usually would put on like my foundation over top, and that was kind of good enough to cover it. So now this one, they changed the name of it too. It's called Invisible Matte Defense Protection, and it's now, like I said, SPF 30, but it's literally, so it's like sunscreen but a primer mixed together. It's so nice. Like I just used it this morning for the first time. It goes on, it feels like you're putting a primer on before your makeup, so you probably don't even need a primer anymore underneath your makeup. This literally is your sunscreen and primer in one. So, and it felt really nice on the skin. I'll show you, I'm gonna just grab them to show you the difference. The old one, yeah, this is the old one. So it says Shine Free Lotion SPF 20. So again, SPF 20, the new one's SPF 30, so that's even better. Then this one says Shine Free. So like, yeah, you didn't have any shine to you, but you were white as a ghost. So that was like the downfall of that. So obviously they got enough complaints that they decided, okay, let's look at this. We need to make this better for our customers. And they did, they came through. So yeah, I'll show you in the tube. So you can see how it like comes out white, like it's literally like sunscreen, like it's sunscreen. This one comes out clear, and it's like a primer. I don't know if you can really see. It's like, it looks almost like it looks like petroleum jelly or whatever. Vaseline, that's what it's called, Vaseline. Come on, Cayla. So yeah, but when you put it on, it literally, it feels like you're putting on a primer that you would put on underneath your makeup. So it's like you don't even have to use your primer anymore. You just go right to your makeup, which is cool. So yeah, so that is my trusted regimen that I use morning and night, and I swear by it. And like literally, it keeps my skin under control. The best that anything ever has. So the other thing, like other tips that I have are try to do like a weekly mask that targets acne. So try to do at least once a week, maybe even twice a week. So I have their clarifying mask. So this again is from the Unblemished line, and it's for acne. So it's yeah, something I use usually once a week. I'll put it on just for 10 minutes and then let it sit, and then you rinse it off with warm water, and then carry on with the rest of the regimen. You can also use it like if you feel like a pimple coming on, you can like spot treat. Like if you have a pimple, you just put some on your finger and put it right on the spot and leave it overnight, let it like harden on, and then it'll just kind of speed up the process of the pimple to clear up. So yeah, so you definitely want to have something like that as well. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Water is really good for your skin too. I also use a hyaluronic acid. I just use the Ordinary brand. I just use that before, where is it? I use it after the toner, but before this step. And it just adds that hydration to your skin, especially in the winters when it's dry. I mean, in Canada especially, we have really dry winters, so you really want that extra hydration in the winter months for sure. What else? Yeah, so again, like this is just what works best for me and my skin. Everybody is different, everyone's skin is different, so what works for me won't necessarily work for you, but if you haven't tried it yet, I would like strongly encourage giving it a try. Again, I think it's totally like justified by what you pay for it. It's usually around like $200, I want to say $220 to $230, and that's 3 times a year. So when you really think about it and break it down, like what you spend on individual products at like Sephora or wherever you go, like it probably still adds up to around the same amount, because it's just when you say it in one lump sum, people are like, holy moly, that's a lot of money for skincare, but it really isn't when you think about it. It's your foundation. You want to make sure you're using something that is taking care of your skin how it should be taken care of, and treat it with love, because it's your body, and take care of it. Yeah, so I would give it a try if you haven't tried it yet. I stand by it. Again, like I'm not getting anything from this as like legit. I love the products. And also you can take a skin quiz on their website. I'll link it below, and you basically fill this quiz out, and based on the answers that you give, it'll tell you a personalized regimen that they feel is best for you and your skin concerns. So that's pretty cool. So also you can intermix the line. So I use like their eye cream, so like around my eyes, from the anti-aging line. So just like a few products from that line I mix in with the Unblemished, so you're still targeting acne, but also targeting anti-aging as well, which is great. So yeah, just like anything, you need to give it some time for it to adjust to your skin. Like you might not see it take off right away, but within a few weeks I could tell that my skin was responding well to the products. And yeah, so just give it time and you'll see that it does a good job at controlling, especially like myself, I'm 28 years old, and this is definitely the line I believe that I should be using. It targets a young adult acne, where they just came out with, it's called Spotless, and I think it's more for like your teens, maybe early 20s. So that's worth checking out if you're a little bit younger. I'm getting closer to 30, so this is definitely something that I should be sticking with. And it's probably something that I will have to continue to use for still many years, because again, acne is something that you can deal with lifelong. So you might as well get something that works. And my one piece of advice is, if you find something that works for your skin, stick with it. Just stick with it. If it works for you, then don't, like, all the time there's like new trends and stuff, and people just like kind of like jump set around on whatever the latest trend is for skincare or whatever the product. Like all the time people kind of like jump around like whatever is like the trend setting product of the moment. But when you are dealing with acne, like when you find something that works for you, you want to stick with it. Some people just don't have the same like struggles with acne, so they're able to almost just kind of use whatever and it doesn't really affect them, which like that would be great, like in an ideal world. But some of us, like, our skin is just so sensitive to trying new things. So if you find something that works and keeps your acne at bay, then definitely stick with it. Don't stray from it. I learned my lesson the hard way, but I'm coming for me. I'm telling you, just use what works for you. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say too, like I mentioned before, I have stopped birth control, my birth control pill. So since stopping it, I have noticed like a little bit of an increase in pimples, I guess, here and there. It's normal to get acne, like a little bit of breakouts anyway around your period. Like that's just a fact of life. However, the products you're using should help control it, or at least like I know Rodan and Fields does. It like really keeps your acne under control around that time of the month. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions about like my skincare routine, then just like comment below, and like I have no problem answering any other questions you may have. I think I pretty well covered everything. I'm not sure if I'm like leaving anything out, so for sure if you have any questions, just like leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer. If you have any other topics in mind that you would like me to discuss or talk about, definitely leave those in the comments as well. Other than that, I guess I will leave it here. And yeah, if you like this video, then definitely subscribe. There'll be more videos to come about, I'll probably even do like a skincare routine, like take a video of that, of exactly what I do morning and night, if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, subscribe and you'll be sure to see more videos such as this. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.